Hey, welcome to my channel. Okay, so today we are going to be talking about meal prepping. All right. Girl, what are you waiting on? Follow me on Instagram, like, comment, subscribe, and click that bell notification. All right. I feel like everyone meal preps now, even though we really know that it's simply eating leftovers, but the fancy name has been meal prep because everyone is obsessed with losing weight. So we're here to talk about meal prepping, but not in the traditional sense of trying to figure out what we're going to meal prep, but we're going to talk about what is blocking you from meal prepping, okay? Now, we all know that we have a time problem. We know that we all lack time because we live in this capitalistic society where we're either driving to work, working, driving back home from work, and then working when we get home within the household between laundry, children, spouse, whatever. We're always on the go and we rarely have enough time for ourselves. So my method of meal prepping is going to teach you how to best manage your time so that you can get things done efficiently and effectively so that you can make sure that you're feeding your body the best foods that are available to you. Let's dive in. I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but you don't have a meal prep problem. You have a discipline problem, okay? Sorry, but the facts is the facts. I got my notes and I'm ready to read y'all, okay? You don't have a meal prepping problem. You have a discipline problem. Routine is discipline, and discipline is self-care. So let me break that down again. You don't have a meal prepping problem. Tongue twister. You have a discipline problem. Routine is discipline and discipline is self-care. So the more that you stick to your routine, the more enhanced your self-care will be. Self-care, we should all know by now, is not just bubble baths and spa treatments and massages and all of that. Self-care comes in the normal everyday things that you do on a day-to-day basis to take care of yourself so that you can live a life that is more efficient and that works for you so that you're not constantly stressed. Self-care is the padding that keeps you from being stressed because life's tough. So if we know that life is tough, you got to keep that helmet on, okay? All right. So discipline is a learned behavior. Discipline is self-control. It takes a whole lot of self-control to set aside 1 or 2 days out of the week to plan your meals for the remainder of the week. Most people can't do it, which is why most people fail at trying to do so, because a lot of people lack discipline. So discipline, the root word of it is disciple, which means to teach or a follower of a teacher, to believe or to adhere. So the root word of discipline is disciple, which means to teach or to adhere to something, right? So every time that you practice discipline, you are teaching those around you how they should be taking care of themselves. So if you have children or family who you live with, the way that you practice discipline in your meal prep is going to teach them how they should be caring for their temple. For those of you who have a partner, and maybe you are the main person who is responsible for the grocery shopping, the discipline that you execute in purchasing those groceries on a week and week out basis, the discipline that you show with the food choices that you bring into the house is going to teach them what they should be putting into their bodies. How about that? You make about 200 food choices per day. So if we make about 200 food choices per day, why not make your life easier by simply preparing a lot of those choices on the front end? My philosophy lately has been to do things once. So I am going to prep my meals so that I don't have to think about the type of foods that I'm going to eat for the remainder of the week because I have already did that thing one time already for the week. So a lot of people aren't changing because they're not ready for change. When we go about making a change within our life, we go through something called the stages of change. This is a process that comes from addiction treatment. The first stage of change is pre-contemplation. Pre meaning before, contemplation is thinking. So this is before thinking. So this is before you are thinking about changing. It hasn't crossed your mind. Everybody else has the problem. You don't have the problem. You don't see why a change needs to happen, right? So if your goal is weight loss when it comes to meal prepping, at this point in the game, you don't see any problem with your weight, okay? You like the way that you look. You don't want to lose any pounds. People might be complaining about your weight. The doctor might say that you need to lose a little weight, but to you, you're just thinking you fine, okay? You are pre-contemplative about losing weight. The second stage of change is contemplation. So this is, I'm thinking about it a little bit, but I don't know which way I want to go. So I'm kind of on the fence. So you're literally going to imagine yourself sitting on a fence or on a seesaw because you're kind of like vacillating between which one you want to do. Do I want to lose weight? That's going to take a whole lot of work. Or I could just stay the same. I'm quite comfortable with it and I already got the clothes that fit and I ain't got to go shopping again. Contemplation stage of change means that you're ambivalent about the change. So pre-contemplation, contemplation. Got it? All right. So the next one is preparation. So this means that you are preparing or planning for the change. So you're leaning a little bit more towards changing now. Okay. So the seesaw is leaning that way. You can kind of see it in my shoulders when I'm leaning, right? So I'm preparing for it. So I've done the research. I've got on Pinterest. I researched some meal prepping options for the week. Ooh, I see a cute little keto burrito bowl. I don't really like keto, but whatever. I see a cute little Caesar wrap that I like, right? I could do that for my meal prep. I see a cute little Tuscan kale soup, whatever it is. So you're researching, you find out all of these options that you can employ. Next is action. So now that I've done the research, I'm actually doing the work. Okay. So I went to the grocery store. I bought the good groceries. Now I'm actually chopping up my vegetables. I'm cooking it. I got it in the containers. I got all of this stuff, right? I am ready. So the next stage of change is maintenance. So I've been doing the action stage for so long that I've gotten good at it. I'm pretty daggone good at it. I'm comfortable. I don't need much support, okay? I don't even really have to get on Pinterest that much, okay? I already be knowing like what I want to make. We go through all of these stages of change before we decide to implement a change within our life. Okay. Now, this is my meal prepping plan. I work a traditional Monday through Friday, 9-ish to 5-ish job, okay? So this is for the person who has a typical work week. Got it? All right. So Monday through Thursday in our household, we are generally eating salads, okay? Because your girl does not like to cook when she gets home from work. That's too much work. Plus, it's also quite healthy to eat a lot of raw foods for the enzymes. So Monday through Thursdays, we're eating raw foods, which is a salad. So I know that every single week when I grocery shop, I need to buy the lettuces, the cucumber, the carrots, and all that stuff. It's just a routine on my grocery list at this point, okay? Now, I might cook one time during the week, depending on what type of mood I'm in and what my schedule allows. So on Sunday, I am going to cook. So one of those meals during the week might be leftovers as well. Now, by the time Friday rolls around, I don't want no more salads. I ain't gonna even lie to y'all. I don't want any more salads. So by the time Friday rolls around, we're usually having some type of high quality frozen meal. So this isn't like some little freezer TV entree or anything like that, but this might be like a veggie burger and some fries on the side, maybe with some vegetables, maybe not with vegetables, who knows, okay? But it's going to be some type of high quality frozen staple that we keep in the freezer for a quick meal on a Friday, because usually by Friday I want something hefty, carby, and delicious at the same time. So I'm going to pop my little veggie burger right in the oven and call it a day, because I'm also not going to cook, because Fridays are my grocery shopping days. And I don't like to cook on the days that I grocery shop. So I'm going to grocery shop. I'm going to get all of those groceries done. So now by the time Saturday comes, we're usually eating out. So Saturday is our one day a week that we tend to eat out for our one meal. Sunday is the cook dinner. Now let's run through the meal prep. Wednesdays are your contemplation days. So you're simply thinking about what type of meal you want to prepare for the next week, okay? So by the time Wednesday comes, you're already preparing for next week's meal. Listen, I know this sounds like super extra and like very intense, but if you know that the same thing is going to happen day in and day out, why not prepare for it? Okay, so Wednesday comes, I'm already thinking about the type of meals that I want to have for next week. So I might start my plan. So in our area, the grocery stores sale ads come out every Wednesday. So I might go on the internet, I'm going to look at the sale ads to see what's on sale. And then usually when I see what's on sale, I'm going to be able to get some type of idea of what I want to meal prep for the week. Okay, chicken thighs are on sale. I might make my curry chicken this week. Oh, chicken thighs are on sale. Maybe I might make my creamy garlic chicken this week. Whatever the case might be, okay? Wednesday is also the day that you check your pantry for the staples that you have, because best practice to avoid food waste is to go through your pantry and make sure that you don't have anything in there that you should just go ahead and use for your meals for next week. Go through your pantry, go through your cabinets, do all of that good stuff, okay? Also, the thing that you are doing on Wednesday when you look at those sale ads is seeing what items are on sale, right? So if cantaloupe is on sale, then I know that cantaloupe is going to be the fruit that we're going to consume for that week, okay? Because if I'm trying to stay in my grocery budget, then I need to look at what's on sale and buy what's on sale. Okay. Now, by the time Thursday rolls around, that is the day that you are preparing. Got it? So you are creating 2 to 3 meals based off of those items that you found. Make sure that you incorporate some raw foods in those meals. Keep in mind your goals and how your body feels after eating each meal. Okay? Because you don't need to be eating spaghetti Monday through Friday for work lunch when you know that processed carbs don't sit in your stomach very well and that they make you feel bloated afterwards. You already know that spaghetti needs to be a 1 to 2 times per week type of meal, not a Monday through Friday meal. Okay? So at this point in time, you also might want to go ahead and start your online grocery order, especially if your grocery store is like really packed. You just want to go ahead and get that order in, because with some stores or a lot of stores, you can make changes up to like 12 to 24 hours before it's due. All right, now by the time Friday rolls around, it's action time, okay? We're going to the grocery store because we have categorized our list. What I tend to do is I have a running notes app in my phone called Groceries. I have all of the stores that I frequent, and then under each store, I have the items that I like to buy from that store. I usually go to 2 grocery stores within 1 week. So I prioritize the heaviest list, and that's one of the stores that I'm going to go to. So if I have 5 items for Trader Joe's, then your girl is going to Trader Joe's that week, and she's not going to BJ's, okay? So I usually hit one of the cheaper grocery stores like Aldi or Lidl as my main grocery store, and then I go to one of my secondary stores where my list is a little thick. So on that day, when I bring the groceries home, I'm going to wash all of my fruits and vegetables. I'm going to chop them up. For my salad stuff, I'm chopping up all of those vegetables and I'm putting them in clear glass containers so that I can easily see it, so that when the next week rolls around, I could just pull everything out and put it on top of my salad, and then we're good to go. Now, by the time Saturday rolls around, if I didn't feel like it on Friday, I'm going to go ahead and chop up those vegetables and put them in those glass containers. So now if I also have enough energy, I might cook my breakfast prep, because I prep my breakfast and my lunch for work, because overnight oats ain't my thing. Like, I need a hot something for my breakfast. I can't even do a smoothie. My smoothie needs to be paired with something else a little bit thicker, because smoothies are way too light and they do not sustain my hunger for long enough, okay? I'm sorry, but I can't do it. So now by the time Sunday rolls around, I am going to go ahead and cook my lunch for the week. I'm usually in the kitchen for a few hours on Sundays, especially if I did not prep my breakfast on Saturday. But it is what it is, because by the time the work week rolls around, I don't have to be in the kitchen all day. Like, who wants to do that when you get home from work? No one. So that is how I meal prep. And let's just go through. You don't have a meal prep problem, you have a discipline problem. Remember that routine is discipline and discipline is self-care. So if you can figure out your routine for your meal prep, then you make about 200 food choices every single day. So why not go ahead and knock off some of those choices ahead of time so that you can free up some of your brain space so that you can do some of the other things that you either need to do or some of the things that you want to do. And that's all that I got for y'all. That is how I meal prep week in and week out for my standard Monday through Friday 9 to 5 job.